Hi, this is Manuela, your guiding light, and this YouTube video is about crystal, indigo, and rainbow children. You probably heard there's a lot of talk about this. We call them children. They are adults as well. There are many adults as well. We call them children because they're children of God. You probably heard about earth angels, and that's what they are. All together, they classified as earth angels because God chose them to actually come to earth and work for God. They're literally working for God. The same like God created guardian angels for every soul, God created a special souls that's gonna actually serve or work for God here on earth. So they're very different, and I'm gonna try to describe them as closely as possible. Indigo, they are very strong energy. They have a lot of blue in their aura. They are natural healers, very old souls. And the reason why they call them indigo, because they have a lot of blue in their aura. Their aura is mainly indigo color. They're very intelligent, but they're focusing only on what their purpose is. So if they're in school, they're not gonna like being in school because they see that as a waste of time. They are only focusing on what they have to learn in order to actually serve what they have to serve. So in a school, they will focus only on one particular subject that it's gonna serve their purpose. And most of them are very connected to computers, to technology. And that's how they're serving. They are meant to change something, bring some big changes, and help us here on earth with the changes that we're going through regarding technology. So they will be very good with the computers and technology, and that's what they will be focusing on. All the other subjects are not important to them. They're not going to enjoy them. They're going to be very bored in school. They're not going to like being in school. They're going to see that as a waste of time. Because they're very old souls, they've done this so many times, and they feel that it's pointless. They will tell you things you don't want to hear. So even as a little children, they will actually talk always as adults, and they will tell you things that you don't want to hear. The guidance will come through them, especially to their parents. They will say to the parents the things that parents are avoiding or parents that don't want to deal with. They will bring serious messages. Indigos are quite serious, and they bring serious messages, which is they're not going to bring playful messages. You might not even think that it's spiritual, but the words that they're saying are very important to listen because they are telling you what you don't want to hear. They will always push you in a direction, especially their parents, to actually help them to deal with the stuff that they don't want to deal with. They can be very dry and easy. The energy can be very easy drying. They're very open energy, and they can be very drying. So they are a bit of a loners. They don't like being in the crowds. They don't like too many people. They don't have many friends, and they are a bit of a loners because their energy is very open and very sensitive. So that's the way they're protecting themselves. They know what's good for them and what they need. They possess very strong psychic abilities and healing abilities as well. And they will show those signs from very, very young age. Their parents will be psychically open. They usually choose parents that are psychically open. And their parents will see very early stage that they actually have psychic abilities. They will be able to see spirits. They won't have fear of spirits. They take all that as normal. Seeing spirits and passing messages and telling to their parents what to do, that's actually quite normal for indigo child. So seeing spirits, it's absolutely normal. They won't have any fear of that. And in some stage of their life, they will do healing. They will put hands on people and do healing work. They will have no problem with that. They can be quite strong energy. They have very strong energy. They can be a little bit controlling, especially when somebody is not listening, when he or she bringing the message and you don't hear it. They will control, they will scream, they will yell until somebody hears them. So they can be very, very strong energy, and if they interacting with ego people, they can be very easy pull off their path, because they're strong energy and ego will always test them. And if they are interacting too many with ego people, they will be pulled off their path very easy. And some of them can be very lost. It's going to take them ages to come back on the true path to serve. Now, crystals are quite different. The reason why they call them crystals, because they have crystal aura. They have aura that it's basically shining, that it's like standing next to a crystal. For that reason, because they are here to heal in a very different way. Just by being around somebody, their energy helps the other person to cleanse them and to heal them. They're cleansing the environment around them. They are literally like having a clear quartz crystal in a room. They are very intelligent. They love school. In school, they will be always much more advanced, and they will love everything. They are very creative. These are mainly singers, dancers, artists, entertainers. They are very creative, and that's very important for them. They possess very strong psychic abilities, but they do have fear of spirits. Even as a young children, you will notice that they have psychic abilities. They can actually talk about Jesus and spirits in very, very easy way. It's like they know them. They will have so much memory of their past lives. But when it comes to seeing spirits and doing healing work, they are not interested in that. They will be scared of spirits. They don't like to see spirits, and they wouldn't like to do healing work, because they know on a soul purpose, on a soul level, they only meant to heal people with their energy. So they will have plenty of friends. They like crowds. They like to be, they're very social, and that's the way they serve. And they need to be always around a lot of people, because just being in the presence, you can feel the beautiful energy actually working on you. So they will not be interested in doing any healing work, putting their hands on somebody to heal. There is no way they will do that. And also they themselves have that natural ability of healing themselves. So they are very different to indigos, almost completely opposite. Very often, indigo and crystal come together. So if you're a mother, or father, or parent, and you have one, you will definitely have another one as well, because they're helping each other, they're balancing each other. They're very important to come together, because, like for example, indigo on its own could not survive. Indigo needs somebody to help them to cleanse the energy and to balance the energy a little bit, to bring more fun, and that's where the crystal come. So they usually come together. Then we have rainbow children. And this is sort of a bit of a mixture of crystal and indigo. They can actually go both ways. The reason why they call them rainbow, because they have aura that it's rainbow color. They have all colors of their chakras in their aura most of the time. And they can be very strong when they need to, and they can be very gentle and fun. They can be very creative, and these are the teachers that teaching us about how to enter into new earth. They're teaching us in a very fun way. And yet, if they need to be strong, they can be strong. So they have a little bit of both characteristics of indigo and crystal. They are healers. They come here to heal and to serve, and that's all they're focusing on. They're very connected, and they always know what their purpose is. And if they get pulled off their path and they don't serve their purpose, they will be very affected, and they will very much know. So these are the teachers. They're teaching us about environment. They're very sensitive energy. They're very sensitive to environment as well. They could struggle being in a negative environment. And they're very connected to Mother Earth. And that's very important to them. Earth and nature is very important to them. So this is a little bit of mixture. But their sole purpose is mainly to heal and to teach, to help people to heal and to teach. Because they have rainbow energy in their aura, it means they're here to do absolutely everything. They can do absolutely anything. They will not focus on one thing, they will focus on too many things. They will because they're very old souls, they will create a very big plan for themselves to do so much, sometimes more than even they can handle. And they will always take more than they can handle, because their energy is so open and so creative and can do actually 2-3 things at the same time. So they are only focusing here to do as much as they can while they're here on earth. And yes, they will take more than they can handle. And they can be very strong if they need to. And if they need to, they can be actually very soft and very playful and very fun as well. But most of them are teachers, and they're passing the messages and showing us how to enter into new earth. That is the main sole purpose of a rainbow child. So if you're a parent and you have one of these children, there's only 2 soul contracts here. Either the children, earth children, have contract with parent that they're gonna help to parent to open their psychic abilities, or the parent sign a soul contract to help to their earth children to actually put them on the right path and help them with their soul purpose, with their psychic abilities. So either one of these, if the soul contract is the child will help to parent to open up, the parent will not have no idea that their children have psychic abilities. They might, even if they get a little message, they will ignore it. But as their children growing up, they will actually help to parent to open up their psychic abilities, to connect and to serve the purpose. They will show them the way. If the soul contract is for parent, if the children choose parent to actually help them to develop even bigger, or open up more their psychic abilities and stand on their purpose, then their parent will be very, very open psychically. Will know as soon as the children are born that they're different and that they possess some psychic abilities. And the parent will always try to guide the children into that direction, because that's the soul purpose. So these are 2 only soul contracts that can be. And whichever way it is, sometimes the children that are picked or the sign a soul contract with parents that are non-spiritual can really struggle and get off their path, because non-spiritual parents can actually make it very difficult for children. And in that case, a lot of indigo and crystal children struggle emotionally. They can get very depressed. A lot of them commit suicide as well. If the soul contract is for parent to help the children to open their psychic abilities and help them with their soul purpose, the parent will be open very much after the children are born, because that's the plan. And usually this actually works really well. I didn't see many people, actually I didn't see even one, where in this sort of soul contract the parents did not help the children. Sometimes it happens the children grow up and somebody will pull them off their path, but even when they go off their path, the universe and their guides will actually bring them back to serve again. So I hope this video helps you, and if you do have these children, please do a little bit more research, try to understand them. It's very important for them to have a very clean energy environment, because they all have very open energies for that reason, because they need to have it so they can sense what's happening around them, so they can do the work, so they can serve. And there's no way you can change that. You can't close the energy. You can only help them a little bit to give them break. Universe helps them a little bit to give them break, but their sensitivity, it's a gift. And no parent can actually change that. It's a gift from God, and only God can change that. If God feels that it's too much for them and that they cannot survive there, here on earth, God will help them. Those spiritual children have extra guardian angels. We all have 3. We have 1 my guardian angel, and we have 2 angels that are always changing. these earth angels have Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael as an extra guardian angels that is always with them 24/7. So they have a lot of help. All you have to do, if you're a parent, just ask and pray for them. So I'm sending lots of love and light, and if you did like this video, please click on like or subscribe. Bye bye for now.